Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how much we love diving deep into your suggestions, and this one, well, it really struck a chord with me.
Yeah, this one's a real gem.
It's all about the blues. And we got a podcast episode all about it, so we're gonna break it down and see what we can learn.
I think we're both ready to get the blues.
I think so. I mean, I've always loved the blues. There's just something about it, like raw and real.
It's honest music, speaks to the soul.
Exactly. And the listener who sent this in was really fascinated by its history. I mean, where did it come from? How did it evolve?
Well, that takes us back, way back.
Like way back.
Yeah, late 19th, early 20th century, the American South.
Wow, so we're talking about a time of immense change and upheaval.
Absolutely. And for Black Americans facing incredible hardship, segregation, Jim Crow laws, you name it. But out of that struggle, this incredible art form was born.
It's almost like music became a lifeline.
A way to express pain, longing, hope, to connect with one another.
And it's amazing to think that something so powerful could emerge from such difficult circumstances. And speaking of powerful, the listener specifically mentioned Robert Johnson.
Ah, the man of mystery.
Yeah, and his music,
Yeah.
just captivating. What is it about him that stood out to you?
It's a few things. His life, for one, shrouded in legend. Died young, stories about selling his soul at the crossroads.
I've heard that one.
But then his lyrics, full of folklore, supernatural elements, and his guitar playing, haunting.
It's really unique.
Yeah, and it all adds to that mystique.
And it's funny how even today, almost a century later, his music still resonates.
Oh, absolutely. Those themes he sang about love, loss, searching for meaning, they're timeless.
Universal, right?
Exactly. Everyone can relate to that, no matter who you are or where you come from.
And that's the beauty of blues, I think. Speaks to something deep inside all of us.
No doubt about it.
Now let's talk about what makes it sound so special, that blues sound. For our listeners who might not be super familiar, what defines that?
Well, think about a few key things. You got that blues scale. It's got this distinct sound, almost melancholic, but also hopeful.
Like bittersweet.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's that call and response, back and forth between singer and instrument, or even the audience. Creates this sense of community, participation.
I love that, like a conversation.
Precisely. And of course, the lyrics, centered on everyday experiences, often about heartbreak, hard times, but also resilience, finding joy in the midst of it all.
It's interesting because I was thinking about genre similar to blues that listener enjoys, which you're a fan of, and there are definitely some parallels.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just listen to specific song or artist from that genre. You hear those blues influences in the vocal delivery, the raw emotion.
It's almost like these musical threads connect different genres across time. But let's get back to the structure of the blues.
You're talking about that 12-bar blues.
That's the one.
Yeah.
What is it about that particular structure that makes the blues?
Think of it like this. The 12-bar blues is like a framework, provides this foundation for the music to build upon.
Like a blueprint.
Exactly. And it got this repetition, the cyclical feel that really captures the essence of the blues. It's like life, ups and downs, joys and sorrows, always coming back around.
I never thought about it that way.
It adds to that feeling of both sorrow and hope.
And of course, we can't forget the instruments. So what were the classic instruments back in the early days of the blues?
Well, you got your acoustic guitar, the harmonica, sometimes piano. It was about creating that raw, soulful sound with what was available.
And those instruments really lend themselves to that.
Absolutely. But things changed over time, right? You can't talk about blues without mentioning the electric guitar and bass.
The game changers.
They brought a whole new energy to the scene.
And that leads us to some of those blues pioneers. We talked about Robert Johnson, but there were so many others who shaped this music. What are some names that come to mind?
Oh, so many. We got W.C. Handy, often called the father of the blues. He was a band leader, composer, really helped popularize the blues.
Yeah, he was instrumental in bringing it to a wider audience.
Then you have folks like Charley Patton, raw, powerful style, very influential. And Bessie Smith, oh man, what a voice.
Incredible. She was a true powerhouse.
She broke barriers. A Black woman dominating the music scene in a time when that was unheard of.
It's inspiring to see how they paved the way.
Absolutely. Each of these artists, they had their own unique style, their own story, but they all contributed to this rich tapestry of the blues.
And like any art form, it didn't stay frozen in time, right?
Right. The blues evolved, shifted with the times.
So how did it evolve?
Well, think about it. Early on, you had what's considered classic blues, acoustic instruments, powerful female vocalists like Bessie Smith. But then as society changed, so did the music. The Great Migration, for example, Black Americans moving north seeking better opportunities. That had a huge impact.
Bringing their music with them, blending it with new sounds.
Exactly. And cities like Chicago became hubs for this new sound, the electric blues.
That's when things got really electrifying, literally.
Right. Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, these guys were the kings of electric blues. Their music captured the energy and grit of city life.
And you can hear their influence in so much of the music that followed, even rock and roll.
Oh, without a doubt. Think about Elvis Presley,
Yeah.
Chuck Berry. So many early rockers drew inspiration from the blues.
It's like that raw energy, that emotional depth. It was contagious.
It was. You hear it in the driving rhythms, the use of the blues scale, the themes of love, loss, rebellion. The blues laid the groundwork.
And it's not just about the musical influence. The blues also played a crucial role in social change, particularly during the civil rights movement.
It was a voice for the voiceless, expressing the struggles, the frustrations, but also the hope for a better future.
Can you think of any specific examples?
Oh, absolutely. Mississippi Goddam by Nina Simone. It's a powerful protest song born out of the pain and anger of the time. It wasn't just music, it was a statement.
Absolutely, a call to action. And even beyond that specific movement, the blues influence can be heard in countless other genres. Jazz, soul, R&B, even country music.
Those themes, those emotions, they transcend boundaries.
They're human experiences. Everyone can relate to them.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the blues so enduring.
And the best part, it's still going strong today. Modern artists are keeping it alive, evolving it for a new generation.
I was thinking about folks like Gary Clark Jr., Susan Tedeschi, Joe Bonamassa. They're all doing amazing things with the blues.
Blending those traditional elements with their own unique style, modern sounds, showing that the blues is a living, breathing art form.
And there are organizations and festivals dedicated to preserving its legacy. The Blues Foundation, the Chicago Blues Festival, they're doing important work.
Absolutely, making sure this music continues to be heard, appreciated, studied, because it's not just about entertainment, it's about history, culture, the human spirit.
So after this deep dive, what are your biggest takeaways? For me, it's the resilience of the blues. Born out of struggle, yet full of hope and life. It's a testament to the power of music to transcend time and connect us all.
Couldn't agree more. And as you continue to explore the world of blues, I'd encourage you to think about those themes, the struggle, the resilience, the hope. Where do you see them reflected in your own life? In the music you listen to, the art you create, the challenges you overcome? Because the blues, in a way, it's a reflection of us all.
That's a powerful thought to end on. And with that, our blues journey comes to an end. But I hope it's just the beginning of yours. Keep exploring this incredible music, keep listening, and keep feeling the blues.